Matthew, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What does an accountant use for birth control?
Oh, I have no idea.
Their personality.
That's a bad one.
Today, we are going to talk about our personalities. We are going to analyze personality tests that Matthew and I took to figure out just how bizarre we really both are. We are going to discuss whether personality testing should play a role within your firm. And apparently one of us has the same personality type as Will Smith. Yikes. And we're going to try to figure out who that is. All of that here on Drink While You Think, the weekly happy hour conversation between a couple of guys who are building their accounting firm in really weird ways. Matthew, you want to talk about sponsorships this week?
This week's episode is sponsored by Verify IQ. Verify IQ for your quality control metrics. Scale your quality control like no human can with Verify IQ.
Thank you, Verify IQ. We greatly appreciate that. Also, just as a teaser for next week, I think we have I've confirmed beer is inbound from someone else now. We've got beer coming in from people. This has been great.
If you'd like to sponsor Drink While You Think, all you have to do is send us beer. Send us beer, and you're a sponsor.
It's just that easy. And
Awesome.
by the way, someone asked me this once too. Can't we just sponsor and write you a check? And I said, no, you can't. Only payable in beer.
Only payable in beer. Best deal in podcast.
Listen, it's a happy hour.
What are you drinking, dude?
Oh, I'll go first. Okay, check this one out. That's a cool can. The Rising Sun. It's kind of very fitting for a part Japanese guy. Rising Sun IPA. This is again from Iron Hill. It is a 7 point something or other. I saw 7.3%. Got a little punch to it, and it is a tall boy.
I've got a tall boy too. I've got the Sycamore Vanilla Affogato, the coffee cream ale, which is a 6.4%er. And that's pouring nicely there.
It's gonna pour nicely.
I'm gonna pour this one nicely straight into my mouth. Cheers, man.
Cheers, dude. Okay.
Dreamy, creamy vanilla beanie. That's what it says on the side of the can.
I knew you couldn't come up with that. I mean, that was a little.
Oh yeah.
A little.
This one has a heavy coffee hint. I'm gonna like this one.
You like it? Not too vanilla-y over the top.
Not too vanilla-y. It's got a heavy coffee thing. I might.
That's good.
This is on the first taste. This might be rebuyable. So
the Sycamore. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna need this one to step it up a little bit. This is not a IPA as I think of it classically, but we'll keep working on it. Okay. Before we jump into it, I'm in a mood for jokes since I told you that great joke up front. That joke, by the way, is provided by an accountant to me. So I don't want to feel like another accountant told me that joke making fun of our personalities. I've got more though. You ready? Matthew, how did the auditor propose to his girlfriend?
I don't know.
With an engagement letter.
Okay.
Matthew, why did the accountant poop his pants?
Why did he poop his pants? I don't know.
Because he lacked internal controls. All right, one last one.
Okay, only one.
How many auditors does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I have no idea.
Well, how many did it take last year?
That's pretty funny.
We're such tools. We're such dorks. I love it. Our people will like this too. All right, let's talk personality tests. We did one recently. The DISC assessment. You and I took it. Our team took it. I want to talk about the results for you and me first before we kind of get into broader discussions.
Okay.
So first of all, do you remember the DISC? Do you remember what the D, the I, the S, and the CL stand for?
No.
Okay. D is dominance. I is influence. S is steadiness. And C is compliance.
What is S?
Steady.
Steady. Okay.
Could be kind of supportive.
Yeah. I knew dominant. and influence. I never can remember steady, and I always remember compliant.
That's an easy one to remember. I feel like too. And so in this one, people can be either one or a mix of kind of blend of kind of two. You came out, we'll go through yours first. Well, we'll go back and forth. You came out as an IS. So influencing. Oh, no, sorry. You're that's me. That's me. I'm an IS. You are a DI.
DI. Yeah.
Dominance in influencing.
Right.
DI. I'm going to read to you your strength and your blind spot.
Okay.
We'll just discuss this here. Matthew's strength as a DI. You are great at working on projects that require a leader who will take charge, have intense drive, and create enthusiastic energy.
Okay. Fair enough.
I
can't wait for the blind spot.
Your blind spot is you create short-term solutions that often create long-term problems.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right, let's discuss. We won't talk. Well, okay. The first part, your strengths.
Be nice.
Your strengths.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. It's again, you like working on projects that require a leader who will take charge. Do you like taking charge?
Sometimes. So sometimes I take charge. Yeah.
Do you have intense drive?
I have been called intense, among other things. So I've been called scary, intense.
We'll get into some of the other words too.
Yeah. Scary, intense, whatever they want to say. But yeah, when I get focused, I get rolling. I get rolling and intense, and I start the ship moving in a direction pretty fast. So
I hadn't looked at that before on that blind spot of yours of like short-term solutions that can often sometimes create long-term problems. I was like, I will admit on that one, because also elsewhere in the assessment, it's much more detailed, by the way. We're not going to go into all of it with people here. I don't want to go pull it up and read it on the screen. It makes for bad pod listening. Yep. But like, it was very clear you like to move quickly and like are just, boom, let's go fast, right?
Yes.
And so I thought that was interesting that, yeah, you will find a short-term solution quick, but like,
I will. I'll be like, throw it over the fence. We'll figure it out. Like, that is my onboarding. Like, if onboarding was in my purview, it would be like, sales, throw it over the fence. We'll figure it out, dude. Come on, let's go. Throw it over the fence. Just say we can do it. Just throw it over the fence. We can do it. Which worked well when I had the pain of having to onboard it. Now, as a teammate, I'm very cautious at doing that because I hurt other people when I do that. So now, before I just hurt myself, now I hurt other people, and I'm trying to be more mindful of that. So
I will give you credit. I think you've been very mindful about that. You've been good about that. And I think I thought your strength and blind spot were pretty good. I thought you did a pretty good job of that. So, all right, we'll go to mine. Mine lists out my strength.
Your strength?
You are great at relating with other people based on warmth and friendliness. Okay.
Everybody loves Kenji. Everybody loves Kenji.
I was like, yeah, there's some truth to that, but I'm like, it's so, I don't know.
Yeah, you're pretty squishy, dude.
It's
Sorry,
just a little squishy.
Reality.
Blind spot. Here we go. Unable to see an individual's flaws, so I can be taken advantage of by others.
Oh. Does it have the phrase fear of missing out anywhere in that blind spot?
somewhere FOMO is present in my personality type. Yeah, that should be. It should come out as a huge.
So you are an influence, a steady influence? I'm
an IS.
IS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you and I are actually pretty close. I mean, we're very much overlapping on the I, which just means we are very influencing. I think with people know us, we know each other. That's very much us. It's very extroverted. We like to just be out and about with people. We're both that. And then I have more the S, that again is the steady supportive. You have more the D, the dominant side.
Yeah.
And again, D's, I think if I remember right, D's and S's are really complementary of each other. Like they're very complementary. So I view that as pretty good.
Actually, I almost was a DIS. I was like 2 points short of it, an S, because I'm very steady as well. Like people like find me.
Yep.
Like one of my traits in the other personality profiles, like one of my highest traits is like responsibility or reliability or that kind of stuff. So it's pretty
You
fun.
are Mr. Responsible. That's true. Yours was interesting. I remember yours had a very balanced profile. Yours was and kind of a unique one. So you're right that you, even though your IS,
my DI is high.
Your S was pretty close there too. All right, let's get into.
Are you going to tell everybody that I'm not going to spoil your thunder? I know where you're going with this because we haven't talked about C as an accountant yet.
we're going to get into those. Yeah, we're going to get into those here in just a second. But we'll focus on us. We'll pick on ourselves here for a little bit longer. Then we'll go into more broad strokes. Okay, so next ones we're going to look at is, this is interesting. This is your perception of yourself when you're acting well under pressure. And then also how others may misread your actions under pressure. So here's yours. When your perception of yourself when you're acting well under pressure, you're competitive, you're confident, you're pioneering.
It's going to be decisive in here.
You're assertive, you're positive, and you're a winner. That is when you are under pressure and you're rock and rolling. That's how you're feeling.
Okay.
Now it says, here's how others may misread that. Egotistical, nervy, demanding, controlling, aggressive, and opinionated.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know what nervy means, but all the other ones, it sounds right.
You're just gonna own it. You're like, yep, okay. That's. I mean, it's a classic D, and that one, like dominant, like right. It's just a That's right.
So how do you perceive yourself when you're
acting well under pressure? All right. I'm alert, gregarious, fun-loving, unassuming, inspiring, and optimistic.
The aw shucks friend that you want to be around. Okay, awesome. How do other people perceive you?
Overly talkative, moody, poor listener, overselling, self-promoting, and too quick to jump to conclusions.
Oh, interesting.
Those are a little different than I expected.
No, I don't like other than the overselling. I think I think overselling is your big one.
Yeah. It's gonna work. I promise. This person's gonna figure it out. They're gonna get it. It's gonna. I will.
Yeah.
I will oversell the hell out of some things because damn it, I'm just optimistic that it's going to work. Yeah. So I think those are interesting. Before we jump into some other things, I think, what was your overall take on the disc? Was it like, did you feel like for you specifically, was it like, pretty good, dead on?
Well, I mean, my general opinion on all these things, whether you're doing the Myers-Briggs, disc, strength finders is much more complex and
I have yours pulled up too. I was looking at yours earlier. And you said
less binary kind of a choice and more kind of accommodating to multiple profiles in some communities. But I have the same theory about all of them. They're all helpful in a company setting in that they give you a common language to talk about your strengths and weaknesses and your tendencies. Mm-hmm. And when people have a common language, you can break down these like kind of more threatening topics about like, I'm not calling you domineering. Like the personality thing says that can happen. Like I'm just using the same language, right? And that language gets de-escalated from a threatening perspective to the person receiving it.
Yeah.
That's my observation. So I'm a big fan of using these internally because anything that improves your communication as a team is a worthwhile tool to me.
Yeah, I think so too. What are your thoughts about using it in the hiring process? Do you have a sense of whether it should be, shouldn't be, maybe cautiously, or any thoughts on?
I think it is. I think it can be very helpful in the hiring process if you don't overuse it. And I say that because if you just look at you and I, right?
Right.
We'll probably talk about this in a second. Like if you're hiring us to be an accountant and you have a C as low as ours, which is the primary goal for a compliance person, like in an accounting field is compliance. And if you looked at our C's, people would laugh how low those are. We would never get an accounting job if you were just using the DISC assessment. When I was at Cherry, we had one of these, and one of the things that it helped us do, and he used it during experience hiring. I don't think he used it during the guy that was running the office at the time used it during experience hiring, but I don't think he did it for new hire hiring.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things it helped us do is understand, or helped me do is understand, like they had my personality, it doesn't lend well to like a sales job, right? A traditional sales job. But it was really in their profile. It was really good where I was really technical and I was really good at relationships and I was terrible at business development, like what they consider traditional business development. So what it helped me understand was if I did business development through emphasizing how technical I am or through relationships, then I was good at it. Like, so you didn't, so it
Interesting.
if you overuse it and say, oh, okay, somebody can't be in this profile, but you can kind of modify and say, okay, let's work to their strengths. This person is a heavy technical person, a heavy compliance centered person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get them to do all of our videos, right? And now they can be a marketing person, right? Even though you would normally have the gregarious person be the marketing person, if you have somebody who's really compliant and can also get content every week and do whatever, like then you could use that. I think so. Don't like, I would be really discouraging to say you can only hire this one profile for this thing. But if you were like, okay, this is how the puzzle would then fit together, I think that can be really cool.
I agree. I think you'd have to be very cautious with it on the hiring front. Like it's a good way to understand someone. And I think to your point about creating a common language that is a safe language you can use about people's differences, it's great. And probably as you know people better, but you have to be careful with it. I remember it was a while ago before you were at Acuity and we were much smaller, like right, we were just a handful of people and we had someone come in and do a DISC assessment of the entire team. And they couldn't believe it because of like the 10 of us that took it. I was, as I am, like this high I kind of S thing. Everybody else was like a C. And I remember they were like, I've never seen so many C's in my life. And the person who had been doing the assessment didn't really know what kind of company we were. Like they were just doing, like there was a kind of a friend doing it. And they're like, oh, you're an accounting firm. They're like, okay, I'm like, that makes some more sense to your point. I'm like, there is going to be a proclivity toward, these are people who like, I mean, accuracy is so important. Doing things the right way is really important to accountants. So it is crazy when you think about the fact that it is so low and minuscule for you and I, like the C is incredibly low. Like to your point, like I can remember, I went through a lot of stress when I was in public. Even when I was the CFO, I didn't really take in tests like this, but I knew something was like off. I'm like, man, I am not the classic profile. And I was too immature in my career. And I'm like, this is messed up. Like I chose the wrong thing. Like this is not going to work. Like, how am I going to, like, I can do the work, but like, it is a grind and I don't like it. And I could see people around me who are just naturals. Like, oh yeah, this is what I love doing. I'm like, I don't love doing this at all. Like, I don't like this. I like the weird things on the side. Like I like the relationships with the people and the clients. I like the team orientation. Like, all right, let's do some things together. But I was like, I was I was pretty damn scared. I'm like, I think I screwed up, because I was thinking of that mindset of like, oh, I got to be I didn't know what a C was back then, but I'm like, oh, I knew there was some profile for an accountant that I did not fit. And so I do think that's interesting. Again, I think a lot of people will be C's in our profession or have strong things there. If you don't, like, that's fine. You probably better have some around you. We are thankful. We looked at our team holistically. We had a bunch of C's. We have a bunch of C's who are just keeping things moving and are the ones who are really getting things done at Acuity, I think.
Well, we, like on our leadership team, C wasn't the first. Like we had, C was the most represented, like that it was above the line. How they work on the disc is like it's above the line. Like of the team members, there was like 11 people we did it with, right?
Yep.
11 people did it. And the C was above the line on like 7 people, but nobody was above the line higher than all the other categories. So that was unusual for
I think that's right. Well, and also, for us, there was nobody who was dominant S.
No. Yeah, Lisa and Patty were both dominant S.
You got it backward. They were dominant C's. So they're dominant C's.
Right.
See,
I can visualize it.
Yep.
So that I'm saying it wrong. So
you're a little flip. You're a little flip, but yeah, nobody was S, which is that supportive. Like an S is
I'm pretty sure you're wrong at that.
No, right. You're just trying to be dominant and all that. Yeah. So, but I'm correct on this one. So I went back and looked at it prior. But it is you need the supportive team players, and like initially when you're like, we don't have any, but like it's almost everybody's secondary or third. We have cumulatively a ton of high S anyway. It's a really fun exercise, I think, to go through with your team, especially when you've been working together for a while. I think we talked about, ways that firms should consider it and possibly use it. You mentioned, I was going to bring this up and you already went there, but like Strength Finders is one that I know you've used, has been really good. Another one I've heard really positive things about too is Culture Index. I've taken that, but we haven't done that as a group. That's been a real popular one as well too. A freebie one out there, which is kind of fun, is 16 Personalities, which really it just follows the old Myers-Briggs. So many people take the Myers-Briggs, but essentially Myers-Briggs, but it breaks it into each of saying like ENFP is not the most memorable. They put that into something like the ENFP is considered the campaigner or the entertainer or whatever the thing is, right? Those are free. So check that one out. I did that one today for me. I also did one as if I were you. I cheated. I filled it out as if I were you.
You're answering it like you're, how do you know my answers? Like, this is disturbing.
I know you did.
Okay, go ahead.
So I came out as, mine was called the campaigner, and it basically showed that I was the campaigner is an ENFP. Makes sense. Yours, as I filled it out, was an ESTP. Your personality type was the entrepreneur.
Oh, really? Last time I took it, I was ENTJ, but I would not be surprised. So what did you have me as?
An ESTP.
ESTP. Yeah. Okay.
So, this is the one that's kind of a little bit goofy. I think it's kind of fun the way they do it. They're all trying to get you into their hook and things. Right. That tells you who you're like what celebrities are like. So we're going to do a little guessing game here to kind of wrap things up. And that is, there was one of the names I saw that fell out on either yours or mine.
It had to be yours. Will Smith?
Was Will Smith.
You're the only one that would slap somebody. So like, it had to be you.
What?
I would never slap somebody.
Keep my accounting firm's name out your mouth. No. Yes, you're right. You're fine. You're right. I was Will Smith. Will Smith and I share the same personality. Okay, I've got more though. I'm going to go through more of these celebrities.
Okay, and you want me to guess me or you?
Yep, you.
Okay.
Madonna.
Me.
Correct. Robin Williams.
Me.
That's me.
Okay.
Ernest Hemingway.
You.
That was you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. Some of these are random. I think that's you because it's like the old man in the sea and you like the ocean and you're kind of an old man.
Okay. That's true. I recant me. I still think I'm more like Robin Williams than you.
Michael Scott from The Office.
That's you.
That is me. I was like, why the hell? Yeah, come on. Willy Wonka from the Chocolate Factory.
That's also you, actually.
It is me. Damn it. I thought I'd catch you on that one. Son of a. Let's see. I've got some more here. Michael J. Fox.
Oh, Michael J. Fox is me.
Yes. How did you get? Yeah, that is you. Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Michael J. Fox as Alex B. Keaton is me. Just
in character. Yes, that is definitely you.
Eddie Murphy. Oh man, Eddie Murphy. I'm gonna go you because he's like in the Robin Williams vein, but I would normally say me because
it's you actually. And we'll go one more here.
Eddie. The reason I would go me is because the entrepreneurial thing. You said.
I guess so.
Go ahead.
In the last one here, Rocket the Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I hope that's me, dude. But I'm gonna say you because like he's like the cool one with FOMO. I hope it's me.
It's you. It's you.
Awesome. I love Rocket.
See, I think that one's, I'm like, you love all the Avengers stuff. So I knew you'd like,
having one of the Avengers. Yeah.
You did better on that than I thought. So I'm like, I can't relate any of these to either one of us. But
I can. Oh yeah.
You're better at that than I am. But anyway, it was kind of fun. I think I do think that these personality tests and getting to understand yourself and team members better is kind of interesting. There's a ton of different ones out there to use. We've done it now with our exec team down to our director teams. And then I think we're going to take a look at whether we can roll this out even further because it has been helpful. So,
yep.
All right, well, let's wrap her up here. This was kind of fun to do. We're actually recording this on April the 15th. We needed a little bit of levity on personalities and some fun accounting humor and some
which beers. Is not tax day this year.
It's not. Monday is, but to all those folks, all of our friends who are knee deep in tax work, hang in there.
We love you guys. Hang in there.
Love you. You're getting close here. Okay, let's take a look at some of these beers. So I was drinking the Rising Sun IPA.
You're not going to show me your screen, dude?
I am pulling it up now.
Oh, okay.
And here it is. And I was not a fan.
Yeah,
it was a real weak kind of like, your IPA, you need to have a little more hop characteristic.
If you're going to have the Japanese flag on it, you got to represent too.
I know. And that to me, like I was excited about it. You should have had more. It's just a cool looking, very good marketing. Beer was not the distinctive, full flavored, handcrafted beer that you promised it would be. You're going to get, actually, I'm going to go 275.
Okay.
That's probably more fair.
Kick them all they're down, dude.
I know. I just started.
Sorry, Rising Sun. Step it up.
What you got? What's the name again?
Sycamore, vanilla Affogato.
Okay.
I just like the name.
There it is.
There it is. Top one. I'm going to go 4.5.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got to get these stouts up higher. On the thing. Oh, this is a cream ale.
Cream ale. Interesting. Wow. Matthew
Coffee. Cream
actually ale. Giving this is okay. That's awesome. That's just usually it's porters and stouts, and he's got something a little different, a cream ale, which is kind of a unique style.
Yeah, it's kind of like a coffee finish. I like it. The coffee finishes are really nice.
Where are these guys located? Let's see, Sycamore out of Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Okay. Nice, good stuff there. Well, all right, everyone. Look forward to next week. We're gonna have some new sponsors and some new beers coming on, and a new guest who is part of our sponsorship. Should be fun. Don't forget to drop some comments on. Let us know what personality testing or things you might be using in your firms or anything insights there. Send us a note. We'd love to hear from you. And again, like Matthew said, it's really easy to sponsor this podcast.
Just send us beer.
Just send us some beer. Cheers, everyone. Have a
Everybody.
great weekend.
Cheers, guys.